Chapter 64-34. Charlie didn't expect that this woman was courageous. And she wanted to die to show her determination if she didn't agree with something. This idiot seemed to leave no way for her to live. And her temper was indeed a bit too fierce. Charlie didn't want her to die. After all, she was still useful, so how could he let her die here directly? So, Charlie quickly dropped the rapier in his right hand and grasped her hand full of spiritual energy. The moment the slender jade hand was grasped in his palm, the spiritual energy was immediately transferred into her body, directly sealing her dantian and meridians. Rhea had never had physical contact with a man. Now that Charlie held her hand, she was so ashamed and angry that she had lost her mind. She didn't realize that her cultivation had been sealed by Charlie. She just yelled hysterically, "Lecher, let me go." "Okay, okay." Charlie nodded and let go of her hand instantly. Rhea was determined to die. Although the spiritual energy in her hand was gone, the strength was still there. As soon as Charlie let go of her hand, she slapped her forehead directly. At this moment, she stared at Charlie with her eyes. Her eyes were bloodshot, and she roared with hatred. "Charlie Wade, right? I won't let you go even if I become a ghost." Then, the powerful slap hit her forehead. "Pa!" The crisp sound of slapping echoed in the office. A purple-red palm print was instantly slapped on Rhea's full and fair forehead. With her beautiful and cold face, it was really a bit distracting. Charlie looked at her in pain, shook his head, and teased, "Hey, look at this big beat pocket, she really is willing to spend money." Rhea grimaced in pain, feeling that she was not dead. She looked at her right palm in disbelief. It didn't matter. The palm was swollen. The originally slender jade hand now only had 5 slender fingers, and the palm had swollen like a tender pig's hoof. She was puzzled and thought in horror. How could it be? I have clearly used up 100% of my strength. Why am I not dead? The next moment, she tried to sense the spiritual energy in her body again, and suddenly found that the spiritual energy, dantian, and meridians in her body had all been sealed. And she had become a useless person. She looked at Charlie in horror and blurted out, You sealed my cultivation." "Yes." Charlie said calmly, "From now on, you are a useless person. Here, any cavalry guard is better than you and can kill you." Rhea knew that Charlie's strength was unfathomable, and guessed that he must be the mysterious enemy her organization was trying hard to find. So she gritted her teeth and said, "Then let them avenge the dead cavalry guard. I'm not afraid of death. But you can't live too long. There is no need for the Lord to take action. The 3 elders alone can take your life." Charlie smiled and said, "Can those 3 old dogs kill me first?" "Put it aside," I said, "you can't die yet. Otherwise, I would have let you beat yourself to death just now. I kept you because I think you are still useful." Rhea looked at him nervously and asked him, "What do you want? If I am not mistaken, you will definitely take all those death warriors and cavalry guards away next. You can easily seal my cultivation. And naturally you can also remove the poison in their bodies. They will definitely be grateful to you and work for you. But I tell you, I will definitely not surrender to you. If you leave me behind, you will leave a time bomb for yourself. Those who accomplish great things must kill decisively. I advise you to kill me to prevent future troubles." Charlie raised his eyebrows and smacked his lips. "TSK, TSK. Rhea Song. It doesn't seem to be suitable for a young girl like you. What do you care?" Rhea gritted her teeth and said, "What are you talking about? Kill me quickly." Charlie said to himself, "To be honest, this name doesn't match your temperament at all. Look at yourself, do you have anything to do with what your name stands for? You are more like a barking Pomeranian. There are big and small dogs in the village, beautiful and ugly, good and bad. You may not be the biggest, the most beautiful, or the most likable. But you are definitely the one who barks the most. You piece of T. Rhea didn't expect to be humiliated by Charlie like this. She cursed angrily, "Mr. Wade, you'd better kill me now. Otherwise I will never reconcile with you." "Okay." Charlie nodded and said with a smile, "To be honest, I don't like raising dogs. Sometimes I get a headache when I see dogs that rely on people's power and bark non-stop. But now I suddenly feel that if I can train a vicious dog to be obedient, well-behaved and lovable, it should be a very fulfilling thing." Rhea gritted her teeth and said sternly word by word, "I am not a dog." Charlie smiled and said, "Of course, I know you are not. I just used a dog as an analogy. If I insulted the dog, I am willing to apologize to the dog." After that, Charlie changed the subject and his expression became stern. He asked her, "Rhea, right? You are my prisoner now. You are what I say you are. What qualifications do you have to be picky?"